Alright, everybody. Once again, I am Lego Batman, the greatest detective in the world. Last time we met, I let you know that there was a very important mission, that we need to capture these two Legos. As you can see here, they're wanted, dead or alive, because we're not sure whether or not the Legos count as dead or alive, because I'm made out of a Lego, and so it's kind of complicated. Anyways, if you can find these Legos and their friends, then you're going to be a great detective too. The blue and the red Lego. Sorry, this is printed on ancient paper, so there's no color, so we gotta write blue and red. And you'll get a $4 that is, for bringing these in. So next, last time we met, we went ahead and we created a model using the greatest computer in the world for the greatest detectives in the world to then model the Lego itself. We also created a drawing, in this case, that we were supplied from Commissioner Gordon, and we had this drawing, and it helped us make that model because it's got all the dimensions, and we read about it. In this case, we used things like these section views, and a section up here, details, and so on, to help figure out each of the individual parts. Then we use these dimensions on the model, and then we had a great Lego built. So from there, I have some bad news. The Legos have teamed up. And so now there's a white Lego and a yellow Lego and a blue Lego and a red Lego, which is twice as many Legos as we thought, and there's multiples of each. And they're assembling a force of Legos, if you will. So now we're going to have to model each of these and come up with a brilliant plan to handle all of it. The good news is I got some special info that's going to help us accomplish this. First off, each of the Legos has similarities, like the columns and the width, and the undersides are very similar, so you can use the blue Lego drawing to figure out the rest of them. On the other hand, though, there are some subtle differences. For example, take a look at the orientation of the Lego words on the top of the red Lego compared to the others. Pretty crazy. Also, the underside of the white Lego is very different. See if you can spot the difference. It's subtle, but with your detective eyes, you might be able to realize what it is. In order to model each of these, we might need to deal with a couple other tricks. So let me go over that real quick. Specifically in the red Lego, we're going to go ahead and start off in our design workplace. And then we're going to start a sketch. This time, we do it from the side. I'm going to take my line. I know that the vertical height of the red Lego is the same as the blue. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to enter that as 0.38. Then hit enter. Then I'll zoom in. Now, the bottom of the Lego is going to be 3 times the distance of the width of the Legos. The width is 0.31, therefore the length is going to be 0.93. The greatest detective in the world does simple math excellently. Now, the top portion, we're going to go ahead and add a line here. That is one of the Lego lengths. 0.31. Enter. Now this last line, you're going to have to measure with a pair of calipers. Hopefully if you learn how to do that. If not, you're going to need to look at the section on how to measure with dial calipers. Otherwise, maybe you'll use your detective skills to figure out how long this is. For example, I'm going to type 0.09. Not that that's a hint or anything. Lastly, rather than measuring this diagonal, we measured all these other sides. So we're just going to connect the dots, just like a detective connecting the dots of the evidence at a crime. Then we can finish our sketch and extrude this. In this case, we'll go ahead, go to our home view, extrude, pull this out, and then we see that it is going to be 0.31, and then hit enter. Now the underside of the Lego, I'm going to give you one other tip. If you go to the bottom and we use the shell tool to shell out, we're going to set the thickness of the walls the exact same as before. So in this case, 0.06. Now when you go to do the cylindrical column that is on the bottom of the Lego, you have to think of this not as a projection off of the diagonal. If you do that, then let me show you what happens. You go here, if you make your sketch, now you go ahead and you do your circle, and you make a circle. There you'll dimension this specifically according to the same circle as before, so that, and then put it in the right location. You may have to measure that. But then, if we finish the sketch and we go to extrude, well, what you find is that the circle will come off at an angle, which isn't good. It's not how the Lego is made. So the question becomes, how do you actually do this? The secret here is actually go back to your initial sketch, and instead of sketching on the bottom of the diagonal, you're going to go ahead and you're going to create your sketch on the bottom face of the Lego. So here we'll make a sketch with our circle. Now if we go ahead and we make a circle, and instead we extrude upwards. So now that you have your circle, you're going to go ahead and extrude. You're going to click on the circle that's floating in the air. Then we're going to adjust this from one side. We leave that. But now we're going to go from distance to object. Then in this case, we're going to select the object, which is that angled platform. And it's going to go up and automatically stop at that top. Then we click OK. And now our Lego column is oriented the proper way. You'll just have to figure out where to put the circle by measuring. Alright. So you're going to build an assembly. Your assembly will be different than the one that I've got. They keep changing the forms that they're in, which makes them harder to find. But you'll build your assembly, and then we'll go. The last tip I've got is each of the lengths must be very precise. In this case, the blue Lego, 0.62. The red Lego's length will be 0.93. The yellow Lego, 1.24. And the white Lego, 3.1. All of those match up because they're all friends. And that way they fit together. Alright, that's all I've got for today. Good luck, detectives. I've got to go fight some other crime. I'll see you guys later.